Tim Tszyu will fight for the vacant WBC super welterweight title in less than 2 weeks after a freak accident forced Keith Thurman to withdraw with their Las Vegas bout. American Sebastian Fundora is stepping into the ring with 12 days' notice after Thurman suffered a bicep injury in training.
In a city where every moment feels like a gamble, the show must go on.
It made me pissed off, but yeah, the focus shifts and the show goes on. Simple.
But is it? Because it's not the first time the Tszyu camp has been left stranded last minute. Former undisputed super welterweight champion Jamel Charlo has been dodging the Aussie since 2020, cancelling twice on Tszyu.
Like, it was, of course, it's a shock at first, but it's happened a couple of times for me, so it's not something that wouldn't say I'm used to it, but it's happened a couple of times. Obviously disappointed at first because your whole preparation, you're focusing on this one bloke, one style. My shift has changed. Thurman's out of the picture. I'm on to Fundora now.
Sebastian Fundora is a bit of a bogeyman in the division.
It is what it is, man. You got to be able to take on all comers. He's tricky, he's tall, but whatever. It's a more awkward fight, but everyone's got flaws and everyone's got advantages and strengths, and it's all about exploiting them.
While Fundora poses a unique challenge standing at almost 2 metres tall, he's not unknown. Tszyu's previous opponent, Brian Mendoza, knocked out the towering Inferno in August 2023.
We just had a random conversation about Fundora, actually. He basically said Fundora's like a height bully. That's all he is. He's got average boxing skills, average IQ, and those have got him good, let's just say that.
There's also one extra incentive for Soul Taker to take the ring on March 31. The legacy of adding the WBC strap to his WBO crown.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that it's going to be a unification, and that doesn't really happen often in boxing. So I guess that's the next drive for me. We're talking about the greatest boxing families to ever step foot on this earth happening right now.
Tszyu's still confident despite the fight taking on even more significance.
The belt's coming back home with me.
Mark Summers, Fox Sports News.
Keith Thurman has pulled out of his fight with Tim Tszyu after injuring his bicep, but the Las Vegas show goes on with Tszyu now taking on Sebastian Fundora. He was already on the undercard, so it's no kind of new preparation for him, but it's a very different boxer to take on Hoops at short notice. He's like 20 centimetres height advantage over Tim, where Thurman was completely different for the other fight.
He's 6'5", this bloke. His nickname is the Towering Inferno. He's got a 22-centimetre reach advantage.
There, though.
He's a southpaw, yeah. That's where Brian Mendoza knocked him out in their most recent fight. But I must say, he was winning every round of that fight up until that point when he took the knockout punch. Look, he's going to be an awkward opponent because he's a southpaw and he's going to have so much range. So I've got to give full credit to Tim Tszyu to take that fight on 12 days' notice. If he wins another belt, he has absolutely earned it fair and square, and people in the US need to start taking notice.
And well, that's why he must have done it, because like big name would never do that, would they? On 12 days, they wouldn't go and
not generally. Generally, that would mean that the whole card would get called off. But I think Tim's had a couple of false starts now in the US, and he clearly just wants the opportunity to showcase what he can bring on that stage. I think full credit to him for being prepared to take this fight on such short notice.
And Hoops, the reach is one thing, but his speed at that size, like that's unheard of, isn't it?
Absolutely. And look, I mean, Tim, you can imagine he would have been preparing for a certain style of fight against Thurman. Now, all of a sudden, that's out the window, and he's got to start sparring 6'5" southpaws.
Yeah, wow, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, though.
Absolutely. Main event, March 31. Make sure you get that. All right.